I'm talking about it. I really want you to see firsthand what is cooking. It's going to be dropped really, really soon. I think we're just waiting so that the customer video is available at the same time. And then the next thing you know, you guys are going to have it's going to spread like wildfire. So Jamie, are you available and ready to go?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yay, yes, I can. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for some of the updates, Lori. What's Rising Stars? I hope everybody's doing absolutely amazing. A couple things I want to talk about. I want to get you guys off of here in the next 9 minutes so you guys have a chance to have this call end early. It's going to be super short, sweet, and efficient. A couple things I want to talk about. I want to walk you guys through some of the new updates with the customer program that we have going on. But then I also want to touch on something I wasn't going to touch on, but Lori brought it to the forefront, this whole idea of powering down and making sure the newest person, the newest rising star is consistently getting taken care of and having people getting added to this group. So I'm going to end the call with that. But what I want to do is just kind of give you guys, a little sneak peek into what we've personally been working on. And it's been pretty amazing. I don't know if you guys know about the tools that we've been working on, a customer video, a Watabu overview video that explains the entire brand ambassador program. What is Watabu? To get you guys to a point where you can have what's called a press play system. Okay, something that's duplicatable, something where you can start off and your only skill set needs to be, if I sent you a video, would you check it out? That's the only skill set you're really going to need. And then obviously, if you want to get good, you want to become independent, you have to learn how to answer questions and follow up and help somebody get started. And then promote events. That's it. But we're really going to try to eliminate this whole idea of the game of telephone with some of these amazing tools that we have coming out. So an overview video that's in the works. We just got the voiceover done, or at least the script for that. The voiceover is coming here this week. And then our customer video, Cameron Ehrman, who's worked on some of our other videos in the past. If you guys don't know who that is, look him up. He's pretty phenomenal. He's working on this customer video right now, and the goal is to have it done by Monday before the leadership call so that we can showcase that video to the whole team as well as what I'm about to show you guys right now. So one of the biggest concerns that we've gotten from the field is that we have this phenomenal product, but people really can't figure out what it is or what's in it until they buy it. Okay, if you try to go to the website and you try to look up, what's the credibility of the travel portal, we haven't had much literature for you guys there to be able to provide that credibility of really what's available. And I've known since I've gotten started that we've had thousands and thousands of different partnerships from everything from the resorts to the hotels to the cruises, the vacation homes, the golf, the skiing, the adventures, all of that stuff. And the game of telephone tends to happen and the value isn't always fully portrayed. So what we've been working on behind the scenes is a PDF document, something that you'll be able to forward out to a lot of your customers as a third-party tool, including this video, when people really want to know what is the value that I'm receiving for $29? What's the value that I'm receiving for $299 for the year up front? What is this travel exchange program, this RCI program that people are talking about? How does that all work and where does the value really come from? So what I want to do, I want to share my screen with you guys really quick and just show you what we've been working on. This is something really cool, something that's going to be great for, pitching this towards adults in our family and family friends. So this is really cool, this customer document. So this thing came out amazing. And this is something that I'm really proud of, something that we have. So it shows you all the different things that we have. 8,200 resorts starting at $10 per night per person, save up to $3,000 a week. Hotels and cruises, save up to 80%. Airline tickets, save up to 21%. Rental cars, save up to 50%. Golf and tee times, save up to 80%. Tickets, events, trains, and tours, save up to 63% on 14,000 tours. So that's just the first page. You keep coming, and now we've got something that explains this travel club. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the Watabu Adventure Club is a private club created and developed by one of the original brokers of the International Hyatt Vacation Club with over 25 years experience. Our partners directly negotiate with consolidators and vendors from around the world to obtain the absolute lowest pricing available on all benefits offered to our members. Discover for yourself. The tens of thousands of members already know pricing, quality, and service are all number one at Watabu. So you guys can read through that stuff. It's great credibility showing you, really where this travel portal came from. It talks about our dream vacations, our travel exchange program, which is basically our $249 upgrade when you first get started, an 8-day vacation. If you guys sell one of these, you make a $50 commission, which is super exciting right there. And somebody's getting a $3,000 vacation basically for $249. So it gives some credibility behind what that is and how they can get it and how they can go out and upgrade to it. It talks about our Watabu loyalty program, which is just the idea of if a customer stays on auto ship for 2 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months, they can get a discounted RCI. And it moves from $249 down to $199 to $149 to $99. And then they're able, after a year, to get an RCI vacation for $49. So it explains the loyalty program. It talks about the 8,200 resorts that we have access to in 120 countries. Once again, prices starting at less than $10 per person per night. I love this stuff. Unlimited usage, no blackout dates. Savings are amazing, up to $3,000 a week in savings. Blackout dates are huge if you don't have them. This talks about everything. It talks about the resorts, the hotels, the airlines, the cruises. Every bullet point is a different partnership that we have, and it explains what types of discounts we are getting, what percentage. This is really cool. This is one of my favorite parts, our resort portfolio. This shows you where we have resorts. So we have 2,992 resorts in Europe. We have 2,314 resorts in the United States, 475 resorts in Mexico, so on and so forth. So you can see where we have access to in our portal. Right here, this talks about cruises and wholesale pricing, all about how you can get the best deals on cruises through us and some instructions on exactly what to do to get them. It talks about wholesale hotels, saving big on tickets for events, so concerts, sporting events, all of that stuff, guys. We have access to all of that stuff within our portal, if you guys didn't know. We're actually doing better than StubHub on most of these different tickets, so that's awesome. Talks about saving big on golf and our ski adventures. It talks about here being able to book directly through this. This is really cool. I love this example. So this is a 7-day all-inclusive trip on a yacht. So if you guys have ever seen Yacht Week, this is a 7-day all-inclusive trip that's available through our adventure portal. And basically what you get is for 7 days, you get a captain of the ship, you get a chef that serves you 5 dinners, 6 lunches, 7 breakfasts, appetizers, snacks, the bar, stand-up paddleboard, snorkel gear, sea kayak, and all your taxes included. You would normally get that for $4,595 for a couple. With this one, you're getting it for $2,500 for a couple to stay on a yacht for a week and have all of those things pretty included. That's an amazing price. Right here, it talks about all the different adventure tours that we have, 14,000 adventure tours starting from $10 a day. From here, it talks a lot about just some of the benefits of our program. And then here it gives you kind of the final stuff, the last little fine print that explains how this stuff works, where we get our deals, the third-party benefits and providers, and all of that kind of stuff. So, guys, this document, it's pretty unbelievable. It's something that you'll be able to send out to your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, people that you see, because a lot of the times they want, that credibility behind what it is that we're doing, and this document will be able to show all of that credibility. So that document came out very phenomenally. What's so cool is we're gonna have a video that goes along with that document. So if you guys have seen the 1.5, 2-minute video that Cameron put together in the beginning, that was an awesome video. We've extended it to like 5 or 6 minutes right now, and it explains all of those different partnerships in video form. So getting customers is gonna become very easy, guys. It's really cool because we're really gonna be shifting over the next couple weeks. You guys are gonna see, we're gonna be shifting towards a customer culture. Okay, and what I mean by that is based on the last 2 months, this is a really cool statistic. We have a 5-to-1 customer ratio right now as a company, which is pretty amazing. That means we have 5 times more customers than we have distributors over the last 2 months, and that's unbelievable. We talk about network marketing, legitimate companies, and the whole idea being would people continue to spend money on this service even if you took away the money making opportunity? And if you guys look through that document, I truly do believe that if you read through all of that, you would realize that there is value there. Minus the business, there's a lot of value within that. So it's very exciting. That's coming out with the customer video, hopefully all being launched on Monday night. So we're going to want to pack that call on Monday night. It's going to be cool. Whenever we have updates, guys, we want to make sure these calls are double the size. We want to make sure that every single person who's maybe fallen off away from the campfire, they can get back onto these calls for the updates. So that's like our biggest update right now. What I want to touch on to end this thing, which is just kind of in regards to what Lori touched on here in the beginning. She talked about this idea of powering down. Okay, so you guys right here, every single person on this call, you guys are a perfect result of powering down. Okay, so think about this. Not myself or Luke or Christian or Peter. Most of us didn't know any of you guys previously to joining network marketing. Did not know any of you, but through a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, we are all here today. Out of the thousands, tens of thousands of people that have passed through my business, okay, there's probably maybe 1 or 2 of those people who are still, here today that I personally brought in after years and years. So this whole idea of powering down means you start working in the newest person's circle of influence. Okay, what does that mean? It means that you literally sit down with the newest person. You stay on what's called the leading edge of your organization. Okay, the newest person, the leading edge of your organization, they are the MVP. They have the freshest list. They have the warmest market. Right now, they're the people who they haven't exposed anybody. So they have the largest list of people, the people that you could go through and create the most activity for your business. So you have to understand how important it is to stay on the leading edge of your organization. And it's a concept. It's called the power down principle, because the goal, guys, is to have a continuous flow of new people coming into your business every single day. A continuous flow of new people coming into your business every single day. There was a point in time when we were adding 200 to 300 people a week. 200 to 300 people a week in our career. So a continuous flow of new people coming into the business. And the power down principle, this idea of working in depth, meaning, working through a circle of influence where I meet a new person. I sponsor Kenny. Now I'm with Kenny and I'm in his, house with his 3 friends coming over, and they're sitting on the couch and they're hearing about Watabu. And I'm getting introduced to all of his friends and building trust there. And then I'm identifying who's the person within Kenny's group of friends that I'm going to power down through next. Who's the next person whose circle of influence I want to get involved in and share what is living a life worth talking about mean to me and what it can mean to them. So this whole concept of powering down, not to take up too much more of your guys' time, it's called a pretty crazy term. It's called the dynamic of connectedness. And I learned this from a mentor, a guy named Tom Alcazan. He's earned over $40 million in this industry. And the one thing that he's taught me more than anything is that this is a relationships business. And for any of you guys who came to regional, you understand that this is a relationships business. You understand that relationships are a byproduct of the system. What does the system do, guys? The system, by basically the system, builds the people, and the people build the business, okay? And the system also creates the relationships, because the system, it's tools, events, recognition, books, audios, and relationships. You guys remember that image that I showed at regional, the triangle with the circle and then the foundation underneath it? It was relationships was the foundation of our system. And the biggest thing you guys have to understand is that in this business, you can't always spend time with everybody. That's why it's so important that us as leaders have identified you guys as rising stars, and why now you guys need to start identifying your rising stars, because the system, it holds people together through the conference calls, through the tools, through the events, through the recognition. But what you need to do is you need to create that dynamic of connectedness with your leaders. Okay, you need to create that dynamic of connectedness with your leaders. The biggest thing that you need to do is you need to have absolute clarity on your newest person's step 1. What's their step 1? Their step 1 is their why. Their step 1 is why are they doing what they do? The exercise I want you guys to think about, if I said right now, write down your top 3 leaders. Write down your top 3 leaders. Could you tell me their whys? With absolute clarity, what they want and why they want it. Can you articulate specifically what they want out of this business and why? You just have to understand that our system, it's a great sorting tool to figure out who's ready to build. If people actually follow the system, they actually go and they write out their why, they write out their goals, they make their list. People who take action, those are the ones that you want to work with. Those are the people that you want to spend your time with, that you want to identify as your rising stars. And when you see a rising star in your organization, you have to power down. Okay, you have to power down. When you see a rising star in your organization, what does powering down mean? All it means is connecting with them. It means connect with them over time. Just get to know them. Get to know who they are, why they do what they do, what makes them tick, what kind of leadership style that they want from you, and how you guys are going to work together. And the best way to do that is to have what's called a strategy session with them. To have a strategy session. And when you have a strategy session, number 1, you figure out their why with absolute clarity. You ask them questions. You figure out their why. That's number 1. Number 2, you help them make a list of their top 10 people that they want to talk to. If somebody's brand new, if they're a rising star, I say, hey, I want you to make a list of your top 10. If you had $10 million in gold buried in your backyard and you had 10 shovels, who are you going to call? Those are the first 10 people I want to talk to. Who are your MVPs? If it was 4 in the morning and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and your car's broken down with a flat tire and it's pouring rain, who would come help you? Who would support you? Those are your customers. So number 1, figure out their why. Number 2, help them make a list of their top 10 customers, their top 10 distributors. And then step 3 is get them to take action. Help them have their first couple friends over to hear about this. Help them send out the video for the first time. Help them set up their first call, their first home event. Help them take action. So figure out their why, make a list, take action. That's it. That's all we do. That's how you power down. Figure out their why, make a list, take action. Last thing I'll leave you guys with is this last principle I learned from my mentor, Tom Alcazan. He said, from a leadership perspective, there's one thing that you cannot do. It's called surface swimming. Okay, surface swimming. You cannot surface swim. Now, what is surface swimming? Surface swimming is when you enroll somebody in your business, but you don't power down to them. You don't figure out who they know, and you don't work with the people they enroll, and they enroll, and they enroll. And surface swimming is when you talk to somebody and they say, hey, how's your day? Good, how's yours? That's surface swimming. We got to get past the surface level questions and start asking people, questions that are worth talking about. So surface swimming, that's the number one rule. You cannot surface swim with your team. And where does surface swimming really come from? Where surface swimming comes from, it comes from a lack of knowledge, okay? A lack of knowledge, or it just comes from laziness. Lack of knowledge meaning your business is growing so fast you don't know who's coming in, okay? So lack of knowledge or laziness, you just don't hit up the newest person. You just don't work through their circle of influence. You just don't help them get their business launched. You don't build a relationship, okay? That's when you have, surface swimming. So you got to make sure you're not surface swimming with the people you brought in or the people you're continuing to bring in. Figure out their why, make their list, take action. Okay? It's just, sometimes it's easier to just talk to our leaders. It's easier for me to talk to you guys once a week on a Rising Stars call and tell you guys what to do. Okay? But the easy way becomes the hard way, and the hard way becomes the easy way. I'll say that again. The easy way becomes the hard way, and the hard way becomes the easy way. The hard way is for me to stay on the leading edge of my organization and work with the newest people and help them rise up as leaders. The easy way is for me just to talk to the current leaders and hope that you guys go out and build your leaders. But we got to stay on the leading edge of the organization. I got to skip over you guys and work with the newest person. You guys got to skip over your new people and work with the newest person. All you really have to do, guys, is just connect with people, okay? And work with people who are willing to work. Work with people who are walking the talk. People ask me all the time, how do I know who to work with? You got to watch what they do. Don't listen, watch. People ask, how do I know if I have a leader? I promise you, you will know if you have a leader. You will know if you have a leader because you can check the activity versus the productivity. You can see that a leader, a rising star, they learn by doing. They learn by taking action, not by just being in theory mode all the time and analysis paralysis. They learn by doing. So guys, always connect with people based on what they do, not what they say. Always connect with people based on what they do, not what they say. And here's the biggest challenge that we face as leaders is that sometimes we want it for our people more than they want it for themselves. Okay, we want it for our people more than they want it for themselves. It happens all the time. It happens to me all the time. My best friends, family, people who join this business with me, I've wanted it for them more than they want it for themselves, but they had to want it for themselves. The biggest thing that you guys really need to do, guys, you need to understand is that we're not responsible for somebody when they join this business. We're not. What we are responsible for is setting them up for success and being willing to work with them if they're willing to work. But I'm not responsible for their success or their failure, but I am responsible for setting them up with success, for success, and being willing to work with them if they're willing to work. And just understand, guys, it doesn't matter who enrolled them. It doesn't matter if they're at the bottom of your tree. It doesn't matter if they're on your left leg or your right leg. Power down to the key leaders, okay? It's always easier to build a new fire, okay? It's always easier to build a new fire every single time, okay? So, guys, go where the heat is. Okay, don't drag people who don't want it. Don't drag people who don't want it. But guys, the biggest thing you also have to do is just understand that at the end of the day, people don't leave businesses. People leave people. Okay, people don't leave businesses. People leave people. So don't give people a reason to leave. Give them a million reasons to stay. Okay, give them a million reasons to stay. So guys, powering down, getting the newest person involved, that's the most important thing that you can do. I want to challenge you guys to start, figuring out who are your rising stars. Ask your leader who invited you onto this call if you can invite that new rising star onto this call next week. Okay, if you guys were invited onto this call, it's because we see you as the next wave. We see you guys as the next leaders who are going to dictate where this grows. And there's a lot of people, a lot of rising stars who actually they're not on here right now. That's totally okay. People are busy. I totally understand. But you guys are the ones who are on here. And honestly, I don't care if this goes over every single person's head. So 22 people on here. If one of you guys is like, wow, Jamie's talking to me right now, step up. Step up. Don't surface swim. Learn to power down. Stay on the leading edge of your organization and become a customer king or a customer queen. Put your focus on it. We're about to shift towards it. We're about to create new bonuses for it. There's some really cool things coming with the tools that we have, guys. It's an exciting time to be in Watabu. That's really all I've got for you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Spread the fire to your teams. Keep some of this information on the down low because we want to surprise them on Monday. But I appreciate everybody. Have a great day.